guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be answering the New Year Look Back YouTube tag that I found online. I will link the website down below, as well as testing out the Pat McGrath Subliminal Palette. I got this for Christmas, so this is the first time that I am using it, so you will see how I got this look. So if you want to see and hear my answers to these questions, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so we are just going to jump right into the makeup today, and I thought it would be fun to answer some questions I found online, like this website, I will link it down below, that has a bunch of different like YouTube tag video questions that you can do. So I found one that's called New Year Look Back YouTube tag. So I do want to tag any of you that are watching that have YouTube channels. I would love to hear you guys do these questions as well. Again, I will have it linked down below, and I will have all the questions down below as well. So that'd be fun to, you know, hear your guys' answers to these questions. If you do the video, definitely comment on here so I know to go check out your video. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into the makeup. First, we are going to prime the skin, and I'm going to use the Photo Finish Primerizer from Smashbox. And for the T-zone area, I'm going to use my Guerlain Blurring Active Base Primer. I actually forgot I had this in my collection because it's been buried under other primers, and I forgot, you know, I used to love this stuff so much, so I'm just going to put that right in the T-zone. Then I do want to go ahead and prime the lids. I'm going to be doing a little bit different than I normally do. Normally I just use my concealer, but I will be using the CoverGirl Lid Lock Up Primer. I forget if I really like this or not. Again, this is something I forgot I had. Now that we are all primed, let me go ahead and look at the first question and I'll answer that. First question is, what did you do in last year that you've never done before? So in 2018, I did travel internationally. I had never done that prior to 2018. I ended up going to Mexico. I went on a cruise to some Caribbean islands, and I also went to Spain. One of my goals for 2018 was to travel internationally, so I got a passport. You know, we planned the trips and we finally did it. And now that I have, I can say that all I want to do is travel now, and it was so much fun experiencing different cultures. Spain was definitely the place that I experienced the most culture, because in Mexico we just stayed at a resort and we didn't venture out, and on the islands when we were on the cruise we did explore, but you don't really see as much as I felt like I did in Spain, because I went to two different cities in Spain. I went to Pamplona and I went to Barcelona, so that was awesome and definitely something I had never done before, and I did that in 2018. So to set down my lid, I am going to just take my Real Technique setting brush, and I will take some of my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I think I do want to do my base first today as well. So first I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'll be using the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer. I'm just going to cover any areas that I feel need concealer. And I will just blend that out with my Beauty Blender. Now I will mix two foundations. I'm going to be mixing my Too Faced Born This Way foundation as well as my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water foundation. I like to use my Tarte foundation to kind of water down some of my other thicker, more full coverage foundations, just so that it doesn't look cakey. So I'll take like a pump of this and a pump of the Tarte, mix it together, and we will put it on the skin. I will mix it together with my Beauty Blender, but I think I do want to blend this out with a brush, but I'm just going to mix it and dot some of it on with the Beauty Blender. And I'm going to spray the brush with my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. And I will start blending some of this out. Now to just kind of press it all into the skin, I will use my Beauty Blender. And to set the skin, I will again use my Cover FX powder and a fluffy brush and just set everything down. To set under my eyes, I'm going to go into my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette with my Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of the tan shade and the yellow shade. Okay, let's answer another question. The next one is, what was last year's New Year resolution? How did I do? So last year, and pretty much every year for the last several years, I have always made my resolution to get in shape and get fit finally once and for all, and I did not accomplish it last year, so I'm hoping that this year will be different. But I end up going strong for a few weeks at a time, and then something will throw me off, whether it be some kind of party or a family gathering or just something throws me off, and then I have such a hard time getting back on track and getting into the gym. I do get tired really easily, so after work it's such a struggle to go to the gym. But this year I really do want to make it happen. I want to make my fitness goals come true in 2019, so I already have a plan. Hopefully I will stick to it. We will see by this time next year how I did. And one more before I start the rest of the face. What would you like to have accomplished last year that you didn't get to? Again, that would be my fitness goals. Like I said, I will go strong for a few weeks at a time, fall off, get back into it, go strong, never really making any real progress. I'll lose some weight, gain it back. The cycle continues because I'm not consistently sticking to something. So that is something I did not accomplish. Basically, that's the same question as before, kinda. But yeah, that is the thing I didn't accomplish that I'm most disappointed about, but it just gives me more motivation this year to finally make it happen. One thing that really hit me was when I did go to Spain. We went to this park and there was a ton of walking and a ton of stairs, and I was just so out of breath, and it was so hard to do that I really want to have that not be the case when I travel in the future, and I want to be able to walk the distance. I want to be able to climb the stairs without feeling exhausted. So that is another reason I really want to get my fitness in line. For bronzing, I will again take my Kat Von D Shade and Light, and I'm just going to mix these two shades, which is what I normally do. For highlight, I will take my ColourPop highlight. I'm not exactly sure which shade this is, because when you buy these, you get the pan separate and then you get the compact with it and you just stick it in, and I don't know how to get it out very easily, so I don't know exactly which one this is, but it is really pretty and I do really like it. And I'm going to take this on my fan brush. As you can see, it's pretty blinding. In person, it definitely does look more subtle. Under the light, it does pop more on camera, but I think this is really pretty and I really do like it. And let's answer another question. What was your biggest achievement of the year? My biggest achievement was definitely starting my YouTube channel. It was something I had kind of pondered with, for a while. I wanted to do something like this. I wanted to, I first started with a blog with my friend, but then I really wanted to venture into YouTube, and my younger sister, she actually has a YouTube channel of her own and she's had it for a while, and she kind of pushed me and said, just try, just the worst that could happen is, nothing, but just try to do it. So I finally did it, and that is a big accomplishment for me because I have always been very shy and I do not like to put myself out there very much, and this is a huge thing to be doing, putting yourself out there on the internet. So that was a big accomplishment for me, and I really hope that 2019 I will grow even more and learn more and just advance with this, because so far I love it and I love talking to everyone in the comments, and it's just a great community already, and I really hope that I can grow that more in 2019. So that is one of my goals for 2019, is to grow my channel more, hopefully hit maybe 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm not exactly sure if that will happen, but I really hope so. So yeah, that is one accomplishment of the year. The next thing was, what was the best thing you bought? I would have to say, even though this probably isn't like a thing, I would say that the travel was the best things that I bought, because even though I don't get to tangibly have that thing, anymore, I did the trip and now it's over. it still brings me so many good memories every time I think about it. It was such a great experience. You know, when you buy an item, sometimes it's just that instant gratification and then you kind of forget about it. There's so many things that, you know, I've bought and then forgotten about, and then I end up getting rid of it later. So I would say the best thing I bought was my travel for 2018. Now that we have the face pretty much done, I want to just spray it with some setting spray, and then we'll move on to the eyes. Alright, so we're going to move on to the eyes, and I want to zoom you guys in so you can actually see what I'm doing. And we will be using a new product today, which this is something I got for Christmas, and I'm really excited about it. It's the Pat McGrath Subliminal Palette. I've never tried anything from Pat McGrath other than a lip gloss, so I'm pretty excited to try the shadows. It's right up there in price range with Natasha Denona, so I'm hoping that the quality is just as good. The shades in here are just really pretty. This is the more cool toned one. If this is good, I really want to get the Bronze Seduction one because that is definitely, you know, more of my everyday colors because it's warm. So yeah, this is what we are working with. And the one thing I will say that kind of disappoints me is the fact that the shade names are not written anywhere on the palette, front or back. This is just like a throwaway card that I'm going to have to try to keep track of. So it has the shade names, so I'm going to try to, you know, point out which shade is what that I'm using. So first I just want to take a big fluffy crease brush, and this is the JH30. I will have all the products and all the brushes listed down below so you guys know what I use throughout this video. And the first shade I want to dip into is Ultimate Taupe. It's the lightest transition shade in the palette. So far that shadow is blending out really nicely. I gotta say, there's like no kick up at all in the pan. I did not, you know, blow it off or anything. So if that is something that bothers you, then this one is good so far because there's like no kick up whatsoever. So I think that blended pretty nicely. So I want to dip into a darker shade now, and that one is going to be Depth, which is this shade right here. It's like a gray, a dark gray. And I will take that on, I think I'll take that on the Morphe M139 brush and kind of define. Now this shade does have a little bit of kick up. If you can see, it's not too bad. I'm just going to tap that off, and then we're going to build up the outer corner and darken the crease.
Oh yeah!
Here's what the two shadows are looking like together. Again, I'm so far not having any troubles. Like I said, that shade did have more kick up than the other one, but if you just dip in pretty lightly, you don't really have too much of an issue, but that doesn't really bother me. So far so good. Let me answer another question. The next one is, did you travel anywhere memorable? So as I was saying before, pretty much everywhere I went this year was memorable. I did end up also going to Las Vegas with my grandma in 2018, and Las Vegas is like my favorite place ever. I don't know if I would say that was, I think all of them were memorable in their own ways. Each trip brought its own experience and memories, so I don't really rank any one more than the other. So pretty much everywhere I traveled was memorable. Number 7, tell us a valuable life lesson you learned last year. One valuable life lesson that I learned in 2018 is that if you want things to happen, you have to put yourself out there. Since being out of high school and out of college, I didn't really have many friends other than the people that I knew from high school, and it was very few that I actually have stayed in touch with since school. And one thing I did was I just put myself out there. I joined this fitness group that a coach that I follow online has on Facebook for free, and I ended up just putting myself out there and seeing if anyone lived in my area, and I met 2 awesome girls from it, and we have hung out several times, and we have more plans in the future to hang out, and I never would have met them had I not just put myself out there a little bit. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm very shy, so it was definitely tricky to do, but I just finally did it because I really wanted to make new friends, people that had similar interests as me and just similar mindset. So that was one thing that I learned. And again, with that same thing of putting yourself out there, I also learned that in order to make things happen that you want to happen, you have to put yourself out there, just like with YouTube. So that was definitely the most valuable life lesson that I learned in 2018. Next, I want to dip into this shade Lilac Dusk. It's really pretty, and I think it will go really nicely with what I have going on here. So I'm going to take it on my finger first and see how it swatches. So far, so good. I'm going to just pat this on with my finger all over the lid. These shadows are really soft. I actually had not swatched any of these yet until I just swatched that one for you guys. It almost just feels like butter. It's so soft. I'm just going to go back in with my original blending brush in that first shade, Ultimate Taupe, and just kind of blend everything together. Now I do want to kind of brighten the inner corner area a bit before I blend the outer corner and the lid shades. So there's two light shades in here, and there's Skin Show Nude and Astral White. So we have Skin Show Nude and Astral White. So I'm going to swatch these and see which one I think will look better. This one is Astral White, which seems more probably like a topper shade. I don't know if you can, has like a blue shift to it. And then this one is Skin Show Nude. Definitely more white. Right here. So, I think I'm going to take Astral White on my finger and tap that over the inner part of the lid. Wow, that shows up very pretty on the lid and has such like a blue shift to it, even though it looks white in the pan. That's so pretty. That is a really pretty color. And I definitely think it is more, I mean, you probably could wear this on your own, but I definitely think it's more of a topper because I feel like I can still see some of the shadow underneath. I don't think this would be as good on its own, but to each their own, so you probably could. So now I'm just going to go back in with that shade Depth and kind of blend the outer corner and the crease. I think that is looking really pretty. Let me go ahead and answer another question. If you could look back on one memory this year you wish you could relive, what would it be? I think I would probably want to relive the trip to Vegas with my grandma, mainly because I don't ever really get to do anything with her one-on-one. Normally when I see her, it's at family gatherings because she does live out of state, but that trip was just the two of us, and I think that it was so fun, and we got to really bond, and you know, I learned new things about my family and about her, and it was just such a great time. And like I said, I love Vegas, so it was just really fun to go with her there. I think that would be a memory that I'd like to relive, just because like I said, I don't really get a lot of quality time with just my grandma, so I think that is something I would like to go relive if I could. If you could change anything about the year you had, what would it be? I think if I could change anything about the year of 2018 would just be to put myself out there sooner. I didn't start to make the friends or do YouTube until later into the year. I wish I would have just done that in the beginning and just put my all into that, but you know, I learned the lesson, now I know, so I will definitely continue to put myself out there more moving forward. Alright, so now I want to kind of start working on the lower lash line since my base is already done. And I'm just going to do kind of mimic what I did up top on the lower lash line. So starting with Ultimate Taupe, and just buff that into the lower lash line. Now I'm taking that shade Depth and pushing that really closely into the lash line. Now just to blend that all out, go back in with that taupe shade. Now I'm going to just put a tiny bit of that Astral White shade in the inner part of the eye, the lower lash line, I mean. For the inner corner, I'm going to take that other whitish shade, which was Skin Show Nude, and we're going to pop that on. It's really pretty. And I also want to go ahead and stick that on the brow bone as well, because why not? Now I will put on some eyeliner, and I was kind of thinking to do like a different color liner, but I don't know how well this green will go with the blue. So I also have black. I'm kind of debating. I think I'll go black and play it safe using my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On liner. I definitely think black was the way to go with this because it makes that like blue and that astral white shade pop out. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pop on some mascara, and I will use my Voluminous Lash Paradise. I'm sorry you guys keep seeing me use this mascara in my videos, but this is like the only one I have right now, and I've had to throw out a couple mascaras because I wasn't using them fast enough, so I'm just trying to only have one mascara at a time, and I really do like this one, so why fix what's not broken? So that's the one I'm going to use. I think this look is looking so pretty. I am really impressed with this palette. I know $125 for it is steep. I did get this as a gift, so I didn't actually have to pay for it, but like I said, I do think it's really good so far. I've used 5 of the shades out of the 10 to create this look. I think that you can create quite a good amount of looks with this. I really want to try out this blue and this like greeny gold next time I use this, so but so far I think this turned out really pretty and easy to work with. I mean, this look didn't take me very long at all, so I might end up picking up the Bronze Seduction palette because I do actually have some store credit to Sephora, so I might pick that one up, but for now this one is good. I'm going to use this. Now I want to move on to the lip color, and I was actually thinking to use my ColourPop lipstick. My ColourPop lipstick in the shade 0.0. I absolutely love this lipstick. I would say this is probably my favorite one, and this is a collab with Kathleen Lights. If you guys haven't noticed, I love her and I have so many of her things. So let's go ahead and pop this on. If you notice any kind of like weirdness with my lips, it's because they're very dry, because when I was sick they ended up drying out so much, and they haven't gotten back to normal yet. So let's just see how this looks. I don't know how much this lip actually goes with this eye, but I like it, so I'm gonna leave it. Alright, so let me zoom you guys out and we will answer the final question of this tag video. The last question is share something you're looking forward to this year. Something I'm really looking forward to this year is, again, more travel, and also I think me and my boyfriend will be moving out on our own this year. That is one of our goals for 2019, and I'm so excited because I have always lived with some relative, even though I'm 22 now, but I just graduated in 2018 from college, so now we are kind of really working toward moving out, and that is something I'm really looking forward to, just having our own space and starting our adult life together. So that is one thing, along with travel. I really want to try to travel more. I haven't always been the best with my money. I would buy a lot of, makeup and other things, but I really want to start putting my money towards travel more than physical items. So those are the 2 things. I know it said only one thing, but those are the 2 things I'm really looking forward to. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this style of video with me answering some questions. There's another one I want to do, but I'm going to wait and post it, obviously not right after this one, since I just did a tag style video. And I would love to see any of you do it, like I was mentioning, but Kayla and Aundrea, I will tag you guys down below. If you guys want to do this too, I would love to see you guys answer these questions. So yeah guys, that completes this look. So far, super impressed with the Pat McGrath Subliminal Palette. I really wasn't sure how I'd feel about it, but so far so good. I really like that astral white shade, which was this one. I love the blue shift. Like, I mean, look, that looks white in the pan, but then on the lid it totally looks blue, so that's so cool. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and even if you don't have a channel and you want to answer some of these questions in the comments, I would love to see your answers. I will write out all the questions in the description box, so you guys can do that if you want. And if you could, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. I am finally over 100 subscribers, so thank you to those of you who have been subscribing, and thank you to those of you who have been following me since the beginning of my journey. I can't wait to post more and do more in 2019, so just thank you guys for the support already. And that completes today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!